Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. This is an update video on the 1961 Airstream Bambi renovations. I'm still in the planning stages. Now, in the last video I walked you through some of the plans I had, which they're going to change periodically. But today what I wanted to show you was some of the water leaks I discovered. It's been raining for the last couple days. Nothing major, but they do have to be addressed before you start completing your renovation. One of them is up here by the front window. You see that water driplet up there. And then it hits this window ledge right here. There's a little bit of water pulling. And then it drips down. Very, very minor. I think what it is one of the roof clearance lights on the outside. So when we go outside, we'll take a look at that. The other one here is at the door. And you can see the water right there in that bottom corner. And that's probably over the years what messed up the bottom of this wood. And where it's coming from is this gasket needs to be replaced on the door. And the water's running down, and it runs down. You can see right here, little mark, and then it hits the corner right there, and it rolls in right into the body and settles right here. The floor is not soft. It is working its way back out and not pulling in towards the middle. But that definitely has to be addressed because that's going to continually go in and underneath the vinyl floor I'm going to put in. On the exterior, it's most likely one of these clearance lights here. That is the cause of the leak on the inside of the window frame. Or it could be this gap here behind this gutter, so I might have to remove this to check that area. But you definitely have to check all this stuff before you do your renovation, because you don't want to put all that money into it, all new products in there, if you have to gut it back out later on anyway. So those are the two leaks. Hopefully that's it. But let me walk you inside and show you my collection of parts I have for this Airstream. Have them all stored down my basement. This is the workshop I'm going to do most of the work in. I have some of the equipment I'll need. It's very important to have a clean workshop. But this is the collection of parts. So I have some of the original style aluminum for the interior skin repair. I made this for the fuse box and the breakers and the battery charger. This is going to go where one of the drawer fronts was. It's got the battery disconnect switch, an inline fuse. This will get mounted to the floor of the trailer. Then right next to it, right here, is where the battery bank's going to be, in this battery box. I already had it all mocked up in there. Here's some odds and end parts. When I run the wires on the inside, I'm going to use this shielding to run the wires through. This is collapsible and you can run the wires through here for a 12 volt. I bought friction tape to wrap around some of the wires. This is the Freshwater Tank. It's about 20 gallons. And you can see how I spec'd it out with the company that made it, the drain line for it. On this side over here, I have the fill, the vent, and where this leads to the water pump. I'm talking about the rest of the water. Here's the fill tube. I have a regular freshwater hose here. This is going to be the fill neck. I have all the screws I need for that. This will be lockable. I'm going to put this on the front of the trailer where the current fill tube is. And somewhere I'm going to incorporate the city water connection. It has a water pressure regulator built into it. And then I have a water pump and intake screen. Electrical, I have the 30 amp inlet. It's going to be underneath the battery box in the front of the trailer, and this is going to tie in right into the fuse box here. 30 amp quick disconnect 30-foot power cord. This is one of the big purchases. You can only get these in the black market. Truma doesn't sell the combi units to the public. They only sell the OEMs. But there's a company called Road Track that was owned by Heimer that went out of business, and they sold all their stuff and liquidated it. So I bought it from a company that was selling them. Now just keep in mind there's really no warranty when you buy them that way. But I really wanted one. That was my only option. You can see it plugs into an electrical outlet, which I'll put in the trailer, dedicated outlet for an electric element. And then it has a propane fitting, so it could run on propane. And it also has 12 volts. So it's a pretty simple install, but I have the manual with it and some of the instructions. And then this is the exhaust tube and the fresh air intake. On the outside of the trailer, I'll have a spot for it. Somewhere on here is the outside vent. So here's all the fittings that comes with it. All the registers on the inside. So you really have to know what you're doing when you put a Truma in. You want to make sure it's safe. There's your gas inlet. Hot water inlet. There's a lot of fittings you're going to need with it. This is the control board. All the wires and communication. But, you know, I don't know where the exhaust port went, but it's here somewhere. On the inside of the trailer, I'm going to incorporate a Lagoon table mount. So here's the bracket that I'll install inside the trailer. I have one of these on my B190 van if you want to check out that video. Then for the bench tops, which are going to have cushions on top of them, I bought this material. So it has a sticker back, a little bit of carpeting. That helps keep the cushions gripped on, gives it more of a finished look. And then this is the vinyl floor I'm using. So it's sheet vinyl. I'm going to take all the furniture out, lay this down first, and put everything in on top of it. You can see it's pretty thick stuff, and this is going to be pretty durable. Airstream uses this in the Airstream Nest model. And talking about the Airstream Nest, this is the cushions I bought. So in the Airstream Nest, it's configured differently. This is the front of the trailer. There's a U-shaped dinette, and it has one side, and then this piece here would be on the right side, giving you that U-shaped. I just reconfigured it so that will be the front of the trailer, and this will be a lounge off to the side, and it fits perfectly. I think this is going to be a lot less expensive than having a company make a custom cushion set. You can see all the pieces that are involved. You can see the quality and craftsmanship of the Airstream cushions and the foam density is going to be very, very comfortable. Then over here, I have some of the PEX tubing I'm going to need. And this is the vent tubing for the freshwater tank when you fill it. But I do have a lot more parts to buy. It's unbelievable how much goes into one small little Airstream trailer. But here's the collection I've been over the last several months that I'm laying out in the basement, which I don't really use for anything. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love it, and we'll see you soon. If you see anything in that pile over there and have any great ideas you would like to share, please comment as well. Thank you.